Sag, how are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. As I'm recording this, we're getting closer to your birthday, about a month away. So happy birthday to you all. Or, these are timeless, so you could just be in a position right now to be celebrating yourself, okay? Let's see what the story is. This is a full reading, which means we're going to do the Lenormand, we're going to do tarot, and then wipe the board clean and use this tablecloth you see here to do the medicine wheel spread, which is a spiral, and it gets to the root of the problem and also, um, yeah, sorry, I'm just splitting the deck here, but we'll get to that. So when we do the medicine wheel, not only do we get to the root of the problem, but we also are able to get direct spirit team messages that run deeper than just tarot. Okay, so split the deck here on time and the broom. Okay, so could be clearing something out here. Something has taken a long time to sort of pass us by, something like that. So we'll take those because I have a feeling they're going to come back around here. Yeah, the death card was right under the broom. So something that is ready to be cleared out. Okay, so we're just going to read this like a sentence from left to right. We have this gateway here. This is lovely. This is like going into this new phase of being. This is about a new beginning. We're starting something over. And 4 plus 4 is 8. So it's like this infinity symbol, right? So that could have been why I stumbled a little bit when I was talking about that spiral with the medicine wheel. It's like maybe we're a little reluctant to turn a new leaf here, but this is the focus. Yeah, you could have known this for a long time, right? This is bringing up that time again where it's like, I've known about this. It's no longer a secret for me. It's something that's well known now in this phase of life. We're moving, yeah, away from chaos here. With this being the very center of your reading, it's like we're ready for this chaos monster to sort of calm down or go the other way. So the clouds are about the light and the wind coming in and moving the clouds away. So in the other deck that I have, this is exactly half and half, right? But in this deck, this chaos monster, the clouds, the issues, the tower moments are quite a bit bigger, right? So I've been drawn to that a lot lately of just the sheer size of the chaos here that's right in the center that we're trying to get out of, we're trying to move away from. I'm also being drawn to, we have 4 4 here, 2 6 there, so 8 8 could be significant for you. Yeah, it's like as soon as we clear this out, there's this bright new beginning. The clovers are about an opportune moment. They're about a burst of energy. Okay, this is the first plant that we see in the coming of spring. All right. And we're going to be celebrating. Yeah, storks do this little dance, right, when they come home. They're migratory birds, so they come home to their original nesting place, like where they were born, and have this celebratory energy. So it's like coming back to a natural way of being. All right, and I had this nudge before I even started your recording that I wanted to do 2 rows of Lenormand today, and I'm not sure why. Okay, so here we go. There's this chaos monster. Slippery tongue, negative energy, somebody that just brings negative energy to the table here. And I think that's what we're realizing is we don't want to take with us to this next step. And there's the storks again. Yeah, we just want to be happy here. And I think that we're willing to take a gamble on what it might look like to phase out something. I mean, this is like someone who's bound and determined to just ruin the day. And I think that that came through with the 1111 reading. So check that out. But we've got the gamble that just wanted to stay out. So rolling the dice on something here, taking a chance, taking a leap. All right, where does this lead us here with the clovers? Wow. I just said, where does that lead us? Taking a chance, perhaps on a masculine here. And there's the compass, which points to true north. Okay, and that was the storks here. So an interesting scenario is unfolding. Okay, so I think we could be a little topsy-turvy here. You could have your sights set on a masculine energy. And you could feel as though this person is a bright new beginning. They feel like home. We could have a choice between two as well, because this can also be like a choice card. We want to be able to celebrate, and it seems like whatever was farther in the past is what's sort of bringing up the burdens here, and whatever is new is feeling better. So, right after I got that masculine card, and where is this new beginning headed? We have this new beginning here, which the ship is always going towards the horizon. It's always going, out to these new beginnings, which we saw with that gateway. But we know that there's like burdens here. I'm hearing a song by Miranda Lambert. I think it's called Running Just in Case. And it says, there's trouble where I'm going, but I'm going to go there anyway. And I feel that here. There's trouble where I'm going, but I'm going to go there anyways. But this is a confusion card. And as I was pre-shuffling, the Seven of Cups fell out of this deck here. We'll use this one next. And it's interesting that the Death card ended up at the bottom. And we did see the Coffin already in this deck here. So there is sort of like confusion on the way. So we could be feeling this now. Okay, there's confusion on what to do here in this situation. We could be looking to find some more research here with the book. Yeah, so we could have been in some sort of commitment here with someone, and we want to go towards a new horizon, a different person, but we're confused about how to deteriorate this commitment that we're already in. Something like that. I feel like we could definitely have a choice between two here. So let's dive in. Wow. Death, King of Cups. So we could be exiting out away from a King of Cups, someone who had like a ancient, I'm sorry, not ancient, interesting. I was gonna say anxious attachment style. Okay, could have been thinking of only one thing a lot of the time with the Ace of Wands, having just one thing on their mind here, and it led to some sort of chaos and a lot of arguments. Okay, Five of Wands is arguments. Okay, so Six of Swords in the reverse here that flew out, so we're going to take it. Yeah, a reluctancy to get on the ship. Okay, so we're reluctant to make these changes. Let's see here what we can dive into. High Priestess at the bottom. Empress just flew out. I don't always take reversals, so don't hate me for moving things around, but um, Empress, we also had High Priestess, and now we see a Three of Swords on the bottom. So I think, yeah, the proof is in the pudding of what this love connection or this higher level commitment here has brought to us, and that is confusion. There's that Seven of Cups that fell on the floor, and here's sort of our storyline. We took a chance on love here, opened up our heart to someone, and got into a long-term commitment with them. Okay, Big Daddy energy with the King of Pentacles. Hierophant is like institutions and going to the church in a little white dress. Okay, and Ten of Cups. Yes, having the family, building the foundations, raising the kids. But for some reason, right now, what started this whole storyline was this heartbreak card. So it seems to me like whatever this confusion was also very painful for our Empress in question. On the floor here is the one that wants to stay out, and that would be the Two of Swords. Confusion specifically as it pertains to making some sort of a decision. Yes. Whew, okay, what are we taking a chance on here when it pertains to this masculine? Is this a new masculine? Wow, King of Cups. Yeah, okay. So the King of Cups is what came out with the Death card, but we have the Nine of Wands now at the bottom, which is being on guard in order to protect ourselves. Interesting. Okay. We'll get to the bottom of this, I promise. Okay, so what's going on here with the compass guiding us back to our true north here, which is our home base with the storks, this reason to celebrate. What do we have to say about that? Okay, two cards. The star. I had a feeling we would see the star with that compass, and then the Four of Pentacles, which is a holding tight energy. Okay, so it's almost like hanging on for fear that whatever is on the other side of this is not going to compare to where we are now, something like that. But we want to be focused on our goals and our dreams here. So this is kind of a confusing energy, Sag. Where are we at here? You guys might have to tell me in the comments what's going on. I do feel like some sort of a decision has been made and we don't know how to feel about it because this does feel like some sort of decision has already been made here. Or somebody could be on one page and somebody's on another. Yeah, there's people on two different pages here, but we see the Queen of Wands and the Tower. So this could definitely be you. And the Tower is sort of like the relationship. There's that King of Pentacles again. So I think whoever this is was like whoever we were in a long-term commitment with, and we kept trying to make something happen and it just wouldn't happen. And now we have sort of like this other option, maybe. Maybe. Wow, King of Wands was right underneath the Queen. So that's a lot to deal with here. So you're going to have to trust your intuition. I think someone here has, yeah, a choice as it pertains to love. Right under the Tower was the Two of Cups, but then the Seven of Swords. So whatever this counterpart was, I think with the King of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Seven of Swords, there was some sort of betrayal here. Okay, this could be like angry words here with the Knight of Swords. We could have maybe lashed out somehow at this person. Let's see what is going on with the King of Pentacles. Eight of Swords, feeling somewhat trapped. Four of Wands in a commitment. But the issue is that, we have a long-lasting scenario with this person. Queen of Cups could be you as well. It's like when the kids are around, I'm this energy. When the kids go to bed, I'm that energy. Nine of Pentacles is an independent energy, but what I'm getting with this is standing your ground here. Okay, and there's that King of Swords. Interesting. We've seen every king. Might have to gather my thoughts here a little bit. You guys are surprising me. Yeah, your intuition is telling you to move here. The Moon and the Fool. A new beginning is how we started the reading, right? That Fool energy is there. And the Moon is intuition, because I think part of you knows that you are better. You are better. There's some sort of like competition here that I'm getting. And I think this person has sort of awakened that within you. So yeah, Three of Swords came right back out. Okay, so let's do this. I'm just going to keep this storyline. I need to get my thoughts together. Sag, what is going on? Okay, so we'll keep these on the side for like a side story, but I just split the deck here. We've got Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. So again, I feel like when it comes to this person and how you feel about them, I do feel as though, you feel one way when, again, like the kids are around and, behind the closed doors, I think there could be some anger and competition here. So we are definitely on guard and we are feeling like we need to sort of declare some independence here. Okay, let's keep going with some more tarot. I'm very intrigued by what's going on here. You're showing me a complicated story. Okay. We got two aces here on the split. So Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Rooted in truth, opportunity for a new beginning. So we're definitely after that new here. Okay, or somebody is after that prosperous new beginning. And let's see what that is. What do we have to say about this gate, this gateway? What does Sag need to know about this new beginning? Definitely feeling a reluctancy here. Wow. Yep, same story. So I'm definitely on point here. Let me know in the comments though, because this is a very specific story, okay? It could be only for a couple people. We have the Three of Swords, heartbreak, loss, judgment, calling judgment on the fact that it's going on, that it is happening. I feel like for many of you, this is current, okay, or it feels very current. And Ten of Pentacles, feeling as though this is our life, this is our livelihood. How could you just throw this away and break my heart like this? Okay, so for many of you, this I mean, obviously, our home scenario is everything to us, right? So there's that Eight of Swords again. Yeah. But someone here is very unhappy at home. Emperor, Queen of Cups. Yeah. These two are just simply not a match. The King of, or I'm sorry, we've seen all the kings, so forgive me, but the Emperor is very forthcoming with his energy, very controlling in a sense. Um, can be anyways. And when I'm getting this mirror image here, the Queen of Cups is very soft, is very benevolent, all right? So there's Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh. So somebody here could have recently told you what they want. A Nine of Cups is what I want. And this could have broken you down to your core here. And of course, flip the roles. You could be on either side of this, masculine or feminine, and breakup slash breaking up. Okay. So I do apologize. This is very deep energy, but it seems that someone has kind of put their foot down here, which rocked your whole foundation to its core, and has kind of said, you know, this isn't what I want. Same story as over here. Yeah, so they're like, here, let me go ahead and lay out for you what it is that I do want. They came forward with some sort of a truth here. Somebody here did. Now, I do feel some of you could be the person who's instigating this breakup, and I don't feel like this is a super big shock to you, which again makes me feel as though this is current. Okay, so I started the reading by saying I hope that you all are celebrating yourselves. This one's standing up and it's the Queen of Wands. Yeah, celebrate yourself. See your value, see how strong and independent and fiery that you are. Let me see what fell on the floor. Okay, so we had Justice, Strength, Knight of Swords, and the Hermit. These ones fell on the floor. This was on the bottom. So I do think you're trying to be very balanced here with this Page of Cups energy. I do feel like this is you. You're like, listen, here's sort of how I feel about this situation. Here's what this triggers within me, like really trying to be open here. But there is a part of you that feels like, okay, without this person, I will be alone. The Hermit is the ultimate sort of, don't shoot the messenger, but they're saying loner. So it's like, okay, without this concept of family life love, I will be alone. Someone is feeling this way. But there's no denying the communication that came through here. And so we have to exercise a whole lot of strength because regardless of the harshness of the conversation, they are trying to be just with, you know, saying their piece here. Yeah, saying their piece. Look at that. Both of those aces ended up together because I split the deck on them. So yeah, I think that this is a direction to a brighter position. Okay, another page. I do think that there's something about the expression of the energy. Both parties could be really trying to keep things level. Yeah, page of wands, I just cut again too. So Ten of Wands, I think, is sort of the current energy. We're feeling very burdened by this, but someone is going to feel liberated here. This is a liberation. Like, okay, instead of feeling burdened and sad and down and out about this, feeling like I'm carrying this load, you're going to feel 10 times lighter once we follow this intuitive nudge to either allow this to happen or to say, okay, I am better on my own here. King of Pentacles, the moon. Yeah, oh, oh my. Okay. You all keep throwing me for loops here. So here we go. The King of Pentacles, I do believe, is this person that you've been connected to intuitively with that High Priestess energy. We understood that, at the end of the day, we can't deny this, undeniable, that this has caused a lot of confusion in our world, in our day to day. And Five of Swords, there was some sort of deceit or backstabbing here in this lover's connection, and it did have everything to do with children, memories, making a home here. And so we feel as though our legacy is what we are walking away from here. Giving and receiving as it pertains to perhaps raising children. And there's that King of Swords again. Like it's just been disappointment. Here's that petty arguments, disappointment, and keep it pushing. Like, unfortunately, this is very much about stopping some sort of cycle from continuing here. Okay, we're going to get another deck for clarification. I really want some really good images. Um, okay, these are giant cards, but I want to see, these ones are very positive for the most part, and I just want to see what perspective Spirit wants you to get into. Judgment. Wow. We want you to be judgy. Okay. Yeah, I feel as though you're well within your rights here to be somewhat angry or to, speak out about this and speak your mind. We did get a lot of that swords energy as it pertained to speaking up and speaking out, either saying, hey, I'm not happy in this. I want this to stop being so chaotic in my world. I want to stop having to worry about this. That's sort of where Spirit wants you, is like, once this is over and done with, you get a bright new day, right? That was this story. You're going to go from carrying the burdens of someone else who refuses to let go to then following your intuition and being brighter. It's like you will have this sort of coming to God moment when you realize that this has not been serving you. This has not been serving your highest good. We do have, at the end of all of this junk, the star and the compass in alignment here coming out at the same time. So also on this judgment card, we can't ignore the fact that that snake has indeed already shed its skin and it is walking away, slithering, slithering away from where the skin lies. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. This could be an indication to slow down, okay? I feel like you are the sunshiny pentacle here, and whoever this other person is in your life has been the donkey. Okay, so I think it's well deserved for you to just focus on shining your light here and just being the best you that you can be. And whether you want this person or not, right? The sunshiny celebratory energy of you being in your power and making decisions on the fly. I'm also getting that with the dice and the Two of Swords, right on the chaos and the judgment and the justice. I mean, it's like we're making decisions on the fly, and that is going to show this person and the people around you that, like, I might not be in control of the situation, but I am in control of how this affects me. And I think that's going to make you look powerful. It's going to make you feel powerful. And so if you want this person, they're more likely to be attracted to you and attracted to that when you are empowered. And if this person has already decided to go another way, you or them, I don't know, but whoever it is that's leaving, you know, if you are just accepting of that and there's radical acceptance of it, you'll be going out more, you'll be seeing more people, you will be liberated. Okay, so either way, empowerment is the message. Two of Pentacles, yeah. I was just talking about making decisions on the fly. The Two of Pentacles is about weighing two options, and I was just talking about that with that Two of Swords, and it lines up perfectly. Justice, chaos, quick movement, taking the risk as it pertains to a choice to get liberated. Okay. Yeah, we need to come back to who we are as a person here instead of focusing on the disappointment. Okay, this is screaming like divorce. Queen of Wands again. Look at that. I mean, that is you. You are a fire sign. 3 times for the Queen of Wands. Okay, lioness energy here. Yeah, who is brokenhearted. 3 of Swords. Right back at it. I don't even want to put a place for this. I definitely don't want it there. Okay. Jeez Louise. Somebody sort of proved to us who they are here. I just realized that the Emperor is right next to the snake. So here's that 10 of Pentacles again. And the bees are all about community, okay? You're not meant to do this alone, but there's the Fool. As soon as we walk out on this ice, regardless of how scary it is, we will experience this bright new future, bright new beginning. Hooey. This is kind of a heavy energy here. I do think that this information was sort of a low blow. Two of Swords again. And it put us in a position where now we have to be the maker of our own destiny here, even though we weren't in control of this scenario. Yeah, we had to really start to think about this from a brand new perspective here. We have Knight of Swords, we now see Queen of Swords, allowing your intuition to guide you, but also being very frontal lobe focused, okay? Giving some attention to our frontal lobe, something along the lines of like, how does this make us feel? Literally therapy could be very useful for someone here because there is a lot of pain here and feeling trapped. I mean, there could have been abuse, literally. So we have the Queen of Cups here back onto the bottom of the deck and the Lovers with the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. I didn't realize the Lovers was here, but that's what I mean is like we feel as though our health, we've got the snakes intertwined here, and all of that is intertwined with our idea of success. Like we have to be married in order to say that we are successful. But I'm going to place that there because I really feel like Spirit has a different path for you. We have 7 of Wands here, being on guard. Could have felt as though this whole situation distanced you in some way, shape, or form from your friends and your family here. I'm also getting that this person has worn many masks, okay? Because we've seen a lot of different kings here. Okay, right as I said that, I was staring at that King of Cups and he came out. Which, again, I usually get a really good energy. We've seen King of Cups, we've seen Queen of Cups. They should be a divine match, but why are they surrounded on opposite sides of the board by negative cards? I don't even know what to do. Neither do you. That's why I'm getting that. 8 of Swords again. Because someone here felt trapped. We see this nest here. They're in somewhat of a nest, but there's pokey things in this nest. It's like if you feel as though you've created this 10 of Pentacles with this person, the nest that's there for your children, for your legacy is pokey, and it's like they chose to build this out of pine needles instead of fluff. Okay, like there's something very off-putting about the surroundings that you have with this person. So 3 times 8 of Swords, 3 times Queen of Wands, and we had the 2 of Wands that came out here. So again, an indecisive type energy. You see that one is laying down, one is ready to go. It is the female that's ready to go. That could be significant, but it does feel to me like we're scared to leave here because of the commitment that we have made to this person. We could have said wedding vows again. This Fool is about this new beginning. I think that that is where you're focused because you started with that. Or it's where Spirit wants you focused because they started with that. Okay. But the Hierophant is, again, matrimony, etc., etc. So let's see if we can get one more here and we'll switch to clarify with another deck, and then we'll get into the Oracle, which is the direct Spirit team messages. And that will be all about, this compass, the star, the new beginning. That's where that's going to be focused on. All right, what do we have for, yeah, Four of Pentacles. Being scared of letting go here. And the Seven of Wands, yeah. Spirit is intervening here, okay? Yeah, there it is, the world. They want you in the center of this, of your own world, okay? And this person, this relationship, this nest has not centered you. It's been quite the opposite. They've thrown you off a lot here, made you feel trapped, like you can't move. There's something here about not feeling free, okay? So Spirit is here. It's like this person was the fox in your den. This is that Emperor Queen of Cups that I was getting. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. Yes, so that's what I was getting here. It's like this emperor, this person of all kings, whoever he is. Again, flip the roles if you are masculine. Okay, I know I've got about 30% of you. So, yes, this other person, the counterpart here, has gotten a little too big for his britches and therefore has become too prideful, too full of themselves to be in your nest. Okay, so yeah, I feel as though they sort of made this bed and it was very pokey. Okay, it wasn't comfortable. So Spirit came in. You see that? It's like you sent some prayers up. You could have told some friends about what's going on at home. They sent some prayers up, and here's Spirit like, you said what now? About my collective? No, no, my collective is going to be right here, protected behind me. You all can back off. Okay, that's how Spirit sees you. Yeah, and we're going to set him or her up. Okay, we're going to set you up with this Ace of Wands. This is that new beginning, a spark of life. This is what brings the flowers in the springtime, which we've seen here. Okay, yeah, High Priestess energy. So we've got all these aces here. The only ace we don't have is the Wands, but I'm seeing Ten of Swords and the Hanged Man. Yeah, it's the pain of it all that has guided you to this awakening. So if you resonate with the twin flame journey, anything like that, it's meant to be an awakening experience, and sometimes it means taking a break from each other. Yeah, right as I say that, Two of Cups. What else have we got here? Disappointment. Four of Cups. And the armadillo is about protection, right? You had to wake up and protect yourself from a lover. And yeah, wake up. Wake up to protect yourself from this lover. Okay, interesting. Eight of Wands and quick. Again, there's something about the time here. Yeah. Quick to sort of get out. And again, here's Spirit, and here's like all of the people you have told, or this could be your Spirit team as well. And rest assured, we all have Spirit team members in the dark and in the light. So you have angels in a lot of different realms here coming down to assist you. Remember the snake on the Judgment card? It's like, okay, we've been reluctant to let something go here, and Spirit is coming in to be like, we don't want you to go back to this shedded skin. We want you to come with us, follow me this way. Okay. So let's get into your oracle and see what Spirit says about all this. Okay, Sag. So we know now that times like these The chaos, the confusion is usually a catalyst for something, okay? And this is on the bottom of the deck before I even shuffle. And when we were in this deck here, we saw the thunder and the chaos monster, right? So I do believe that that's going to come through here, this catalyst meaning here. So let's see what that is going to be a catalyst for. Okay, so we have the center here, what it is we need to be focused on. And then we have the past, what we're learning, and messages from our inner child as well. This is our intellect and our intuition, what our goals and introspection are. And then on the top here, we have spirit team messages directly from our spirit team, and two cards here for moving forward and what to look forward to. So excited to get there. But first, of course, we have purification. Okay, another nod to that broom and the coffin that we've seen. There's something to clear out, and we know now what that is. Okay, let's see here. In the center, yeah, change. The change is already upon us. Okay, I'm also hearing it's best not to be reluctant or to resist this change. Okay, Spirit's kind of telling me there that this is sort of a forced proximity, a forced movement. It's like Spirit's just kind of like pushing you this way. And I understand that you don't like it, but I do feel that strongly, okay? What we're learning is this sacred space and having respect for our own boundaries here. I do like that this is a 4-4. I remember mentioning the number 8 at the beginning, so that infinity symbol could be something that continues to come up. 8 could also be somebody's birthday, some sort of a date here, all right, or the 4s. Okay, so we're learning about how to close the door, be on our own, sit in our own energy, and enjoy that, okay? So moving forward here, yeah, illumination and clarity. We're looking for the answers, right, that we saw with that book. It's like we see now something that we didn't see before, and now it's just opening up this new idea of like where to go, what to do. We see it now with all that sword energy that we got, like the intellectual side, and now it's like, okay, what do I do? So, what does Spirit have to say about this? Yeah, this all comes back to this Empress energy. Flip the roles if you're masculine, but you know, your lights, you express yourself as your connection with source, your connection to all that is. It's like you embody love. You are embodying that Queen of Cups energy that is important that you express outward. Again, I was talking about that with the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress. It's like whether you're happy about this or not, that empowerment piece is going to be what gets you through. Okay. Now, next steps, what do we have to look forward to? Interesting. Yeah, we need to come together with our people. Okay. That's first and foremost, council fire. 2 and 4, also 2 times 4 is 8. So something about the 8s. But we need other people on our side. Tell your friends, tell your spirit team, meditate on this, send up some signal fires, whatever you need to do. Like tell people where you are and what you're doing. And again, we see decisions here. We saw 2 of Wands, 2 of Cups. We also saw 2 of Swords, is what I was trying to get at here, and 2 of Pentacles. So there's choices that we need to be empowered as we make them, okay? And these decisions should lead us directly to our goals. Now notice this belongs over here. It says west. This one says east. So we're on opposite sides of the compass here, which I just find interesting. I think that we have been diving into the illumination and the clarity on this person, what they're doing, what they've been up to, where are they going, who are they with. We've been very hyper focused on getting to the bottom of that, right? Because the book was over here. and then the compass was over there. So what we want you to be focused on is the goals, the North Star. Where is that leading us? What is Spirit trying to intervene to get us to go do? That's where the decision making needs to be focused on. I also find it interesting that we have this balance card here, the opposites attract type vibe with the yin and yang. I feel like some of you could have been thinking heavily about that, right? Like, okay, we don't get along, but opposites attract. Something like that. And spirit is like, we need you to see the signs and we need you to, again, don't shoot the messenger, but it's like respect yourself and your boundaries and what you're willing to take on, right? I'm seeing that concept that we saw here in your tarot, which was like the burdens that you carry. And once you drop those burdens, you get this breath of fresh air. And that is when you'll be fully embracing this change here. Yeah, and I think this has been difficult because, I mean, clearly you're in it. You're in it now. This is something that is currently unfolding. So the witness here is about taking a step back, getting an eagle-eye view and seeing it for what it is. I'm getting, I mean, it's very melancholy, but again, we want you to be focused, Hunter, on your own magic here. So there's a streamline of new ideas coming in, and we want you to be prepared to take action on the goals that we give to you with all of that ace energy. Okay, so we're going to be giving you a new reason for life, a new spark of life. Okay, as soon as we're over this hump, it's like spirit's just like, you're right there. It's like childbirth, right? And the husband always says to the wife, it's right there, it's right there. Um, so that's what I'm getting is like this birthing of a new wave of life, of source, of spark is like right on the precipice. It's like you're so close. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, as I was talking about that, like they're pushing you, giving you a gentle push as you climb this mountain because you feel as though you're doing this alone and it feels very scary. And look at that. Thunder was at the bottom of that orange deck. And I said, all of these things are a catapult, they're a catalyst, they are this lightning rod for source to come in and say, look at you, you're so close. Look at that. Interesting. So I'm going to keep this because I want to. And I think some of you will be getting into that energy. I want to do this because I want to. Like, can you imagine just not having to answer to somebody anymore? There's something like that. Like, I don't want to have to worry. I don't want to have to check in. Yeah, I just want the damn truth. That's exactly right. And that's comes out with the clarity card. It's like either this, I think this information, whatever it was with the book and, you know, this person either coming and saying, I don't want this anymore, or whatever that is, this information I feel like is fresh because it's fresh on your mind. Okay. This Ace of Swords, the truth has just come to light, and we're just now figuring out what to do with it because we ended up with decisions even in your oracle. Okay. Yeah, we could, this is fresh. Okay, this is fresh and it's hard, and we're on edge with this warrior card. Okay, yeah, this has not been easy, and Spirit doesn't want you to think they're downplaying. Okay, they really want to help you through this, not make you feel like you are being forced into pain. Okay, I'm seeing somebody like walking on hot coals. And so it's like you're right at the end and you're ready to sort of spiral down and be like, this is as far as I go. And Spirit's like, no, you're right there. One more step. Come on. And it's like you have to take one more painful step. And the next one is like beautiful moss. And they're like, you're so close. Okay. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen these come out together. Look at that. Look at the makeup. It's the same. So yeah, You're getting new abilities out of this, okay? The seer is that high priestess energy. As soon as you get through this like warrior vibe, you're like, da na 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 na. There's this coming to God moment, this coming to light of the fact that you did this. You are the powerhouse. You are the one with the abilities. You are the one worth celebrating. Again, yeah, that's how I opened. I can't believe that. I've never seen those two together. I've never seen that. Yeah, you need to see this within yourself. You need to look at yourself and be like, I am worth celebrating here. Yeah, focus on yourself. The owls are about intuition. And we got that a lot with the moon, the high priestess, the fool. It's like either you saw this coming or you somehow like understood the assignment here, or we're getting to that point. So, oh man, not that it was easy though. That's what's being illuminated is the fact that all this went down. 1 and 4, 2, 4, 1. There's, gosh, I'm gonna have to collect myself again. This is not an easy read. Okay, so we have this decision coming up, and it was brought to our attention by this sad story. That is the tarot story that we just got done with. And look at that. On the split is the blade, cutting something out, being done with it, over forever, over for good. But there was something about it that gave us this reflection, okay? The smoky mirror is not an easy vibe either, okay? It's a very positive thing, but when you're in it, it's not fun. It's like whoever we're around, wherever we go, they are giving us a mirror for us to see parts of ourselves that we don't like. Okay, all that aside, even though that is what this is, what I'm getting with this card instead for you specifically right now is we need to see the deeper meaning behind it all. Okay, so all the chaos, all the stuff that's filling up our mind space, right? Once we kind of like open our eyes to the reflection here, it's like you get to see that spirit was behind you here. Okay, so it's like we're taking the blindfold off, which we saw a lot of energy here around the eyes, and we see the eyes here. Hmm. Yeah, it's like we need some adjudication here. Okay, so we're gonna get another deck and go around again. Yeah, my heart goes out to you because this is not easy energy to be in. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Interesting. We just saw that. Where'd it go? I just barely split the deck. I'm gonna find it because I'm OCD. Okay, I found it again. So here's the 2 and another 8. Something about the 8s. Okay, you will know. But look at how similar these are. So the staff, I was saying, you need to place that down and be like, no more. Like, I'm good. I'm done. And this one is hollow. It says teachability on it. So we could feel as though both of these do have holes all surrounding it, okay, like all throughout. We could feel as though this whole situation has made us hollow. It's made us feel DEAD, okay? Because that with all that death card that we were getting, you could be feeling like you're at the end of your rope, like you're flat down on the floor again, like that bed of coals, right? But Spirit is saying like Spirit is definitely saying we did this. Okay, we have provided you with this opportunity and we have given you this option to be hollow so that we can fill you back up with goodness. Okay, I'm being called back to that nest that was made all of pine needles. You got comfortable in a nest, yes, but we don't want you in that nest. We need you in another one, the one that is meant for you. So let us fill you up here. Okay, so I'm going to leave. I don't know. I want these out. I'm so interested to see. I've never seen so much synchronicity here. And what's interesting is as I was shuffling, this ended up at the bottom of the deck, and I swear I've never seen this card. It's like crazy. I've been reading these cards for years. I mean, they're not new by any means, but here we are. It's like there you are on the bed of hot coals. You have laid down, you're done, you're over it, And spirit is over here like, here's the light at the end of the tunnel. We need you to just roll over. Even if you have to crawl, like, please just get over here. Okay. Come follow me is sort of this energy that I'm getting. And I'm going to place that there with the mountain because, again, that bed of hot coals. And we have, again, community. Okay. It's very important that you have people close to you at this point, at this time. So, yes, we want you to be independent and have boundaries, but I'm being called back to when we got the Hermit on your tarot portion. Okay. It didn't feel good. It was like, I will have to be all alone now. And Spirit says, no, you don't. And we don't want you to feel that way. Right as I said that, the universe is your partner. Look at that. That's God's hand coming down into this sort of deep hole that you found yourself in. And they're saying, reach for me. I'm going to take you up and out of this situation and put you on this bright new path if you just let me. Okay, this can be a catalyst for something great, but we need you to make this decision to cut this out so that you can have these sort of new powers come to pass and be part of you now. So it's like they're giving you a new sense of strength with this. Wow, I got chills all over. Okay, we've got 313, and that was an 8. Okay, threes and eights. Yeah, I'm telling you, look at that. It says new beginnings right there with the moon. So it's like you're underwater, you've been drowning, but again, you're not supposed to be swimming. It's not sink or swim. What happened to using your wings here? We need you out of this water, out of this spiky nest, so that you can see that you were always meant to fly. We want you. Yeah, look at that, an 8. The right use of power. We want you empowered and feeling as though this bright new beginning is what's meant for me and is going to guide me exactly to where I need to be so that I'm not questioning myself anymore because fortune favors the bold. Look at that. The time is now. As soon as you spread your wings, I'm getting chills again. As soon as you spread these wings, look at where you go. Straight into the vortex of fortune, the wheel of fortune we saw. It's like as soon as you get up and out of this, it's like you take off. Wow. Yeah, there's the eagle again, rising above the water, the faulty nest, the issue at hand. And you rise above that, you spread your wings. I'm going to put that here because we have 2 eagles on the board now. And I want this one here. And you know what? Might as well take that one as well because look at all that gold energy. I love how Spirit does this. Spirit always gives me this beautiful golden light up here where it's the brightest on the table and in the white square. The white is where we have like that energy of the white buffalo. We have the energy of wisdom and spirit team. Okay. The bottom here, yeah, beginner's mind. We want you to feel this fresh breath. I mentioned that, a breath of fresh air as soon as you let this go. Another 3. Okay, so it's like someone here resonates as a 3 and someone resonates as an 8. So I don't know why, but that seems significant here. The divine feminine. Yeah. Look at that. That's how we want you to see yourself. As soon as you cut out this bloody curse, this craziness, the chaos monster, you begin to see that you have been the divine feminine all along and you become more of this vessel here. You see that? Adaptability. If this was that hollow vessel that we saw here, there is spirit invoking in within you this ability to become this magical being here. But we need you to be adaptable and to truly and fully trust that this has been in your best interest all along. See that? Look at that. Good luck follows you. You got good luck right there. Good luck and right timing. Everything always working out in your favor. And I know that's crazy and it sounds like some sort of a pipe dream, but it's all about alignment. When we get into alignment with our most embodied, self, our most empowered self, that is when we hit this alignment where everything just sort of starts to flow. Okay, yeah. But in the process here, we're in the process of grieving. And when this comes out, right after I was talking about such positive things, what I get with this is that spirit does understand. They do know that this is not something that happens overnight. Okay, we're grieving something that has happened to us or happened for us. So I do think you could be on the receiving end here, the one who was left. And even if you're not, you could have made this decision to leave somebody or to leave a marriage or a family dynamic and you still feel sad about this. But let's see here. Holy crap. You guys. I'm talking to spirit just as much as I'm talking to you. This is crazy. It says truth here. Truth, Ace of Swords, and clarity. Look at that. I mean, the truth is out. The cat's out of the bag. Something I wish I could just like talk to you right now. Because it's like something happened here where it's the cat is out of the bag. And look at that. I just said I wish I could talk to you right now. And look at that. Friendship. I think we're meant to be friends because I feel like other people around the world are going to feel this same way. They've been on this same journey. There's people here who understand and they know what this is like. Okay, so again, you're not meant to do this alone. You're meant to keep your friends close. Okay, so reach out to people who understand this because you'd be surprised how many people do. Okay, it could be people around you in your home in general. Okay, and this is where we have the people gathered. So I'm going to place that there. Yeah, this is going to lead you to your life purpose. I mean, also, I'm getting with this that this is something that a spirit has intervened on. Okay, and look at that. It's part of your life purpose to let this sort of phase out here. And it has something to do with you realizing how powerful you are. Yeah, and also prioritizing your own well-being here. Mm-hmm. And then the blessings flow. I mean, as soon as you let this thing go, whatever this person is, you realize your worth, and then it's like everything just comes to pass. I mean, I know I'm stumbling, but this is just such a clear-cut message. My gosh. I mean, I definitely feel like spirit intervened here, and it could have felt a little abrasive. Another four, 4 and 1. So we've got unexpected visitors. Again, how I just said, like, we should be friends. I feel like this could be what you find as well, like some sort of support group. Yeah, for healing. Look at that. I mean, this has not been easy. Okay, but again, there's something about the healing journey of it all that melts away the statue part. That is the 8 of Swords that I kept getting, where it's like we feel trapped, we feel like we can't move, we feel like we can't get enough done, we can never satisfy this person, something like that. And as soon as we let go of it, I'm telling you, like the moment we decide no more of this, we're cutting it off at the root, you start to come to life and respect yourself more and climb up these mountains and get over these things and go through the grieving and do it all over again. That's why we do the spiral, okay? Because the work is never done. This issue is now a part of you. And the more that we can come to terms with that and say, okay, this sucks, this hurts, but I'm open to the change. And I understand that this now becoming a part of me makes me more powerful. Does that make sense? Even though right now we feel like we're at rock bottom. That's that bed of coals. But maybe we need to research why they do that. What comes out of the bed of coals? I'm going to look that up for you. Okay, so the meaning here, fire walking, is used as a rite of passage, test of strength and courage, and a test of faith. Okay, a motivational tool to symbolize overcoming fear. All right, so this is what's going to be the energy of the whole reading here. It's a test of faith, overcoming this grief here in order to take this sort of walk where we get to have this sort of coming to light moment. Okay. So these are sort of the images that I want. Bear with me here because I have to hold real still because I want this to be the cover photo for the whole reading. This here, and then also with the rites of passage. So we'll see which one I like better, but again, I mean, this is just crazy. The rite of passage, see the person walking on the bed of coals through the obstacles to get closure on some sort of really dramatic life lesson, okay? That's going to bring us to a new way of thinking, specifically about ourselves, okay? So let me put these back where they go. And it really is, it's like a catalyst here, okay? You're using this energy in the way that you should, which is to trust the universe to take your hand here. Okay, so whew, that threw me. Okay, so what do we need to know about this truth that we have just learned for Sag? What is this truth revealing for us? That it's going to make us happy in the long run. Okay, this is that coming to life moment that we realize at the other end of this. Look at that, spreading your wings, going above the confusion, above the chaos monster. You see that? The chaos monster is under these clouds, and you are going to rise so far above it, nobody's even going to recognize you. That's what I'm getting. Look at that, and it becomes the way you are now. This is just who I am. That's going to be your energy. People are like, how did you get so aligned with the universe? How did you get so bright and go to all of these beautiful things like festivals, maybe going to seminars, going to maybe even speaking to your community about this? And people are going to be like, how did you do it? And I mean, it's not been easy. Okay, so Spirit Team says, look at that, another 3. Wizard of Awareness. This is that magician energy, recognizing that this gets to be a part of you now. And also goes back to this witness, right? Wizard of Awareness being the witness. And look at, there you are, flying right over all this chaos. That's you flying over the chaos monster. 4 and 4, strength. This is a show of strength. 4, following the leader. Okay, following God's source spirit on this yellow brick road to freedom. You're liberating yourself here because you followed the path, right? Here's that path, and it was your intuition that did it. Your intuition told you, and look at that, stuck in the mud. That's where you've been at, feeling like you've been at rock bottom, but you're getting yourself up and out of it. Yeah, ghost lands too, which 1 and 7 equals 8. Something about these 8s here. Ghost lands, feeling like you're stuck and unable to move. And yet here we are, going from this stuck energy to following our intuition on this rites of passage. Wow. Okay. Right on up and out of this feeling of being like drowned. Oh my gosh, look at what's left. The choice. And another 3. Wow. And that's what we were getting with the 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. This making of a choice here. Yeah. Could also have to do with career. Like they want you to excel. All right. Let's see what animals we have to assist you, and then we'll call this good. Look at that, victory. We want you to be victorious here, and how you do that is getting in alignment. Okay. Don't forget to like the video, guys, as we're coming up to the end here. If you like the way that I read, then please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you along for the ride. Like I said, I'd love to be your friend. I'd love for us to get closer. Look at that. Collaboration, I'm telling you. I mean, it's very important that you collaborate at this time. There's people close to you that you might not have even ever thought to yourself you should be friends with, and yet here we are. There's that reflection again with the water bird and the storks. Look at that. The wrong nest meets the right nest, and there's a reflection here. Polar opposites. East is on the west side, west is on the east side, up is down, down is up. There's been confusion here, and as you still your mind and you stop focusing on the things that you don't want and start focusing on the things that you do want, this transformation happens. And we could be in the most painful stage here, which we will never know, the most painful stage of the metamorphosis, right? But it's either being in the cocoon or breaking out of the cocoon. And based upon this reading, I would say that you're breaking out of the cocoon, which has been the most painful thing. I mean, I do understand, but you're here to create. You have a vision for your life, and Spirit wants to be there for you and see this come to fruition here. There's something about you manifesting a new way forward. Mm-hmm. And your mind needs to be at peace, and you need to be in this flow state, okay? Instead of pushing through, we're going to flow through. Yeah, and I think we're very concerned about family here, what happens to the family dynamic, but they're saying that, it's better to have children around a parent that is peaceful than someone who's at each other's throat all the time. Okay, so something there perhaps. And maybe that's the truth that we're waking up to, is the fact that, things are better off, yeah, making a deal with the do you know what. And I know that that isn't always what this means, okay? You can't deny the imagery sometimes. It just looks like that. Um, not today, capital S word, not today, Satan. But that's kind of what I'm getting. And I touched the B as I said that. This home dynamic, the people at home, and I mean more so in your hometown, your community, not who's under your roof, okay? Because someone here has been feeling very isolated. Yeah, so we're focusing energy in the right way. I'm telling you, look at that. Focusing your energy on your intuition. See how big this is? This is like that commitment that you have. The deal is also commitment, okay? It's signing of contracts, things like that. We signed a contract with somebody, it is solid, we are home with them, blah, blah, blah. But our energy cannot deny that our intuition is telling us to go this way, which is the bed of coals, okay? So we want to be hyper focused and hyper fixated on the new beginning, not the past junk. Okay, Leo had something similar. You could resonate with a Leo, be dealing with one, or have Leo in your chart here. But here's what I wanted to grab. I didn't even realize this is a 1 and an 8 as well. But see the focus here. This is sort of like what you're waking up to. This is what you're realizing needs done, is a hyper focus on getting up and out. I mean, really. Focusing the energy elsewhere. We'll put that there. There's collaboration again. Don't feel like you need to do this alone. And, here's an ant. And I feel like that's significant here, is not only are they great collaborators and everyone has a task, okay? There's protector ants, there's cleanup ants, there's, everybody has their task and there's a hierarchy here. But more than that, they are exceptionally strong, okay? They can carry so much greater than you would ever think possible, like something 3 or 4 times their size, if not more. Yeah, so trust that the universe gave you this task for a very specific reason. And the horses are also about power, right? If you start whipping a horse, it'll just run around in circles. But if you know, get the horse to trust you and you begin to direct it properly, it will guide you where you need to go, and it will be much easier than walking. Okay, so focus your energy where you want it to grow instead of being caught up in the chaos monster. Okay. I also feel like this is a nod to, yeah, I was just gonna say, that person who feels like they're too big for their britches. Someone who feels like they can just whip and whip and whip and everyone will just do as they say. That's not love, that's a trick. Look at that. Joy trick. Yeah, and it just flopped right back down. So we don't want you here. There it is. We want you to be focused on the nest that's made of soft materials, not someone who has tricked you to believe that their nest is worth keeping and holding on to. And I think that's what we have come to understand. The joy is over here. The joy belongs over there in the next stage, in this very next best thing to do here, which is to embody strength. Yeah. And defend. Look at that. Defend something. Your ability here to stay kind and compassionate, to stay in your Queen of Cups energy here. And how we do that is to heal. Yeah. And they're also about like taking a leap. The frogs are about taking a leap here. And the elk and the deer are about confidence, standing up tall, right? And of course, so is the tiger, but the tiger is also, I've earned my stripes and I'll be damned if you come any closer. Okay, something like that. So, yeah, we're closing the door because our instinct said so. Okay, we instinctually, we intuitively know that this is true, that this has to be done. Okay, Sag, I am so sorry about this entire reading. Goodness. But again, it's like this choice to get up and out of rock bottom here is what does it. You have a choice. Lay down on a bed of coals or amp up your strength of will here and follow the breadcrumbs up and out of this and sprout your wings to go far away, far away from this rock bottom energy. It's not where we want you. That's not what we need you to be doing. We need you strong, calm, and collected to be able to continue on here. There's your ship. Okay, so it's like you're holding on to this string with all the hearts flowing off of it without realizing that over here, off into the distance, there's another ship waiting for you, and you need to go all the way over there that way, which I know is easier said than done. This has not been easy. It hasn't been easy to read. I can only imagine what it's like to live in this. Okay. So I hope this has come full circle for you. I love you all so much. I will see you all in the next one. Also check your other placements because this was so intense. You might need something a little more fresh to get your mind out of this and into something more positive. So check your other placements, Venus for love, Mercury and Jupiter for career, etc., etc. Sun, moon, rising, you know the deal. So I'll see you all in the next ones. Don't forget to like.